Yeah, when digital moved programmatic, you could say, maybe 10 years ago, there's certain things that of course worked very, very well, and there's other things that became very challenging. It's obviously a very large transformation to undergo, but what we have to remember is the digital market's only 15 years old. And before it automated and became a data-driven industry, it didn't really have effective attribution. Measurement was a very new thing for the digital industry. And of course, the consumer experience is wildly fragmented. And so what you then end up with, of course, when you move that into an automated arena, is an enormous amount of intermediaries that are required during the buying and selling process, from verification, measurement, platforms for reselling, additions of data, and so on. That level of disintermediation, of course, and the variety of business models that sit in between can be very, very difficult, and the buyer and seller become further apart from each other. The TV industry, of course, looks very different as a starting point. It's much more consolidated. There is measurement that exists in that industry, and really automation and the targeting opportunity is really what TV needs to take advantage of. There's a very high yield that exists in TV that publishers are very keen to safeguard, whereas at the same time they understand that the consumer needs to have a better experience, which is of course what the data targeting can bring. So we'll see how that evolves, but lots of things to take advantage of, while at the same time lots of things to be cautious about. I think in the TV industry what people tend to overlook is that there actually are two markets that are, I guess one is established and one is more emerging. Of course, the first established market is that of the broadcasters and how they operate. And as mentioned, they have a very important and lucrative business model that they need to be able to transform into a data-targeted opportunity, while at the same time safeguarding the economics that are very prevalent in the TV market today. Alongside that, there's actually a whole lot of digital-first companies that are growing their video opportunities either by acquiring content or aggregating content, who operate in a very different way. Measurement is very different to those businesses. They're not regulated in the same way. And of course, the consumer experience is not the same. So while we see both of them emerging, the consumer will ultimately decide who wins in terms of eyeballs and volume. But I think the marketer needs to be cautious not to conflate the two and make sure they're taking the advantages of each, while not compromising the economics, I think, and the value that TV brings to advertising. So we're really excited because in recent months, AppNexus has become part of the AT&T family of companies. We are now part of Xandr, which is the advertising and analytics division. The rest of the family, of course, incorporates Warner Media and all of its digital properties, and of course AT&T and their telco and infrastructure business in the US.